What's going on, guys? My name is Hassan from dopelifecoaching.com, and today I'm going to be talking about the one quality that women actually chase. So if it's your first time on the channel and you want consistent updates on similar content, do yourself a favor and hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon so you don't miss a single thing in the future. All right, guys, so as we mentioned before, this one thing is value. Now I'm going to give you a couple of steps to skyrocket your value as much as possible to get women to chase you. However, I do want to warn you, I'm not going to give you a fucking script or a playbook to just regurgitate every time you meet a woman, because that is just not my style, dude. But I'm going to teach you to skyrocket your value as much as possible. And we want to do this naturally. The last thing we want to do is use tricks and tactics like a lot of these dating coaches suggest. But anyways, let's go right into it. So there's 3 steps, or actually 3 main points, not exactly steps, that we're gonna go over. It's gonna be your looks, your social status, and your purpose. So let's break each and every one of them down. Number 1, your looks. Now guys, before you judge, looks aren't the fucking end all be all when it comes to value. However, this is the important part. Looks are super important, especially at first, because guess what? Number 1, you only have one chance to make a great first impression. And number 2, just like Tony Robbins said, style is more important than substance initially. Let me repeat it again. Style is more important than substance initially. That being said, women, if you have great looks or great style, you don't have to be Brad Pitt, they will assume that you are a man of high value. Now, does that actually mean you're a man of high value? Of course not, dude. But we want to manipulate this to our advantage so that we can be winners and get you to the point where women are actually chasing you, dude. So here's what I want you to do. If your looks and style aren't really on point right now, I want you to go ahead and do this. First of all, go to the barbershop and go to the barber that you trust and ask him, what's the best haircut for me? What looks best for me? This should be a trusted barber. If the barber is actually a good barber, he will hook you up. He will know exactly the best haircut for you, and he's gonna hook you up with that. That's for your looks. And also a nice beard lineup, right? With like maybe a goatee, a chin strap, whatever suits you, would also definitely be something worth exploring. Now, as for the clothes and the style, you definitely need to be on your A game. Now, guess what I did? I actually went to the outlets a couple of months ago, like a month and a half, 2 months ago, and I bought a bunch of clothes for the summer. Now, I went to the outlets and it was obviously cheaper than, say, buying it from Macy's or like Lord & Taylor or something like that. I bought a bunch of clothes that will pretty much last me through the entire summer looking really fresh. I probably paid like $250 or $300 for the entire summer. This includes a bunch of shirts, a bunch of pants, and a couple of pairs of dress shoes. Now, I did that so that I could look on my A game, because that's going to make me a more high value man for me. I'm not just doing this for women, do not get me wrong, but I'm doing this for me so I can be higher value and because I like what I see in the mirror. Now, I suggest the same for you too, dude. Work on your style and your haircut, because guess what? Those are going to be the first impressions that you make on people, and people subconsciously, when they see you, they're going to make those assumptions about you, whether they're good or bad. If you show up to a party looking like shit and you smell like shit, you don't put on deodorant, you don't put on cologne, people are not really going to want to talk to you. And to be honest, I'm not going to blame them for that. However, if you're on your A game, you have some nice cologne on, some nice deodorant on, you took care of yourself, you didn't go there looking sweaty right after a workout, got a nice haircut, and you smell nice, of course people are going to want to talk to you. Why? Because you're stylish in a way. That goes back to human psychology. It's called the halo effect. The halo effect basically states what I just discussed. If a person looks high value, then they must be high value. Or if a person is good looking, they must be smart. That's just human psychology, and instead of trying to resist it, because us human beings are all susceptible to this, we might as well go with that flow and make things work in our favor. That's exactly what I want for you, dude. So number 1, leverage your looks as much as possible, and you could do this. Don't bullshit me telling me you're too broke, you're too this, you're too that. You could obviously spend a couple $100s if it really meant that you're investing in your future and being a high value man. So that's the first thing. The second and third points, I'm going to jumble them together because they're very related. You know, they go hand in hand. The social status and also the purpose. Let's actually start with the purpose. So guys, a man on a purpose is a high value man. And here's exactly why. When you are on a purpose and you really know yourself and you know who you are, you're going to exude a more confident and radiant energy to people. And not just that, you're not doing this, all of this, just as a facade. You're doing this because these are the things that you love. These are the things that you're passionate about. These are the things that you want for your future. Now you might be asking, Coach, I don't know what I'm passionate about. I don't know what I want for my future. I'm not on my purpose. I'm not on my path. That's okay, dude. You start now. Start where you are. Remember, dude, Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, did not open a single franchise until he was 62 years old. So that gives you no excuse, dude, even if you're 62 years old watching this. Now, anyways, back to the purpose. You need to somehow, if you don't know your purpose yet, figure that out. And if you don't know what it is, that's okay. Look within. Look to see, what am I passionate about? What am I curious about? Maybe you've always wanted to join a jiu-jitsu academy, a mixed martial arts academy or whatever. I actually have one of my friends. He's 25 years old and he just started jiu-jitsu. Am I going to be like, oh, you're too old for that? Hell no, I supported the guy. He's always wanted to do it since he was a kid. But obviously he went to college, he did this, he did that, so he just had to start very recently. And he's loving it. You see, that's a man on purpose. Does that mean he's going to be doing jiu-jitsu for the rest of your life? Or that you should be doing jiu-jitsu? Obviously not. That is a man on purpose, on a purpose. He's fulfilling that purpose. It gives him fulfillment. You yourself should also look towards the thing or things that give you that type of fulfillment. Maybe you could join a volleyball club. Maybe you could join a soccer club. Maybe you could join a photography club. Take certain classes, invest in something, invest in real estate, get a real estate license. I know it's not easy, but don't be too hard on yourself. Start somewhere and then understand and acknowledge that it's going to take time. Look at me right now, dude. My YouTube channel, I have about 120 videos at this point, and I don't even have 1,000 subscribers yet. But do you think I'm crying about it? Obviously not. Now, I'd like to have 1,000 subscribers, but I don't have them, and that's okay. Want to know why? Because I'm on my purpose. And I love doing this. I love coaching people. I love helping people out with this stuff. I am very passionate about it, if you can't already tell. I want the same for you, dude. Figure out your purpose and your passion, and just to be a man of value somehow to people. And guess what? When you start to excel, which it doesn't necessarily have to be excellence that you're striving for, but just progress, right? It's baby steps. You get to step 1, step 2, level 1, level 2, whatever. And you keep going up. And then when you slowly start to see progress, you're going to carry yourself in a much better way. That's going to reflect high energy and hence value. And women are going to be able to pick up on that value as a byproduct of you being a high value man. That's for the purpose. Now for the social status, because again, like I said before, I jumbled them together because they're intertwined. They go hand in hand. When you're a man on your purpose, that tends to overflow into your social status. Why? Because a man who's on his purpose and he's doing better, he's automatically a higher value man and he increases his social status. People see him and that's higher status. He's increasing, he's doing this, he's doing better with his life and he's improving, he's getting more fit. That by default gives him status. And when you have status like that, women naturally want to chase you. That's just the hypergamous nature of women. Women automatically want to mate with and be with a man of higher value than themselves. They're probably not going to tell you this because of fucking politics and because of ignorance, but I have videos on my channel for that if you're interested in watching. But that's not the point right now. You're focused on your purpose. That tends to intertwine and it gets you into a better social status, and women as a byproduct see you as more attractive because you're more high value. And also, guys, another thing about social status. A part of social status, just a part, not all of it, is having great social skills. And that's an excellent way if you're just getting started and you don't really know what your purpose is or you don't really have status in general. I want you to develop social skills. If you don't have them already, a great way to start is just be friendly with people wherever you are. Take a sincere interest in listening to them. Take a sincere interest in getting to know them and getting to know their story. And just saying hi to strangers, smiling to people. Now, are you doing this to get something out of it? No, you're just doing this because it's who you are. And guess what? If you don't have good social skills right now, a really good book I'd highly recommend you read, it's called How to Win Friends and Influence People, one of the best books ever written, in my opinion. This is going to teach you to just naturally make friends, not by manipulating them, but just by naturally showing a sincere interest in who they are. Now, over time, when you start to develop these skills, you're going to have more people in your orbit and you're going to form connections. And that's, again, immediately going to make you more high status. And guess what, actually? Here's a bonus tip. When you make friends with a lot of women, they're automatically going to see you as higher status too. Because when you have a lot of women in your orbit, even if they're just friends, that already screams social proof and high status. When you have that type of high status, that in essence is high value. And when people like you and women can see that, that's a no-brainer, dude. It's like people like you and women can see that and they like you. You're high status. It's like a no-brainer. It's a win-win situation. And that's exactly the type of situation that I want to put you in, bro. Remember that throughout this entire video, I did not mention one single trick or tactic. Sure, there are other videos on my channel for that, but generally speaking, not always, but generally speaking, I don't recommend tricks and tactics because they're very manipulative. They're very in your head instead of being present in the moment. And it's just a very childish way to deal with things. But in this video, I talked about how to become more valuable by improving your looks, your purpose, and your social status. And when you could leverage that, dude, just a small change in your approach and some simple fine-tuning will be all that you need to really get good with women. If you want more details, book a free session with me on my website, www.dopelifecoaching.com, and I promise you will not be disappointed, dude. So anyways, guys, that pretty much covers today's topic, the quality that makes women chase you. If you found the video valuable, make sure you show your support by hitting that thumbs up button. And also, if you want consistent updates on similar content, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon also so that you don't miss a single thing. Comment down in the comment section below for future videos or ideas that you'd like me to cover. I'd be way more than happy to cover them. So that's about it, man. I said everything. You go out there, give yourself the higher value, work on your looks, your purpose, and your social status. And don't be too hard on yourself, bro. Just focus on having that winner's mindset instead of the loser's mindset. And you're going to be gold, bro. And I believe in you. And you're going to go out there and you are going to kick ass and you're going to do great things. So that's pretty much it, bro. I'm outie. Peace.